Oh, good. My microphone is still functioning.
That's usually a good sign. Not always, but usually.
Are you recording?
No.
Oh.
I never record.
So you are. Good. Good to know.
Psych! I totally have not been recording for the past 2 episodes that we've done. It's actually just like one audio track. It's just you commenting over the entire, like, I set the first 2 videos to go live, and it's all just you. Wouldn't that be horrifying?
It'd be funny, but it'd be scarier than the game.
Alright. Where are we going now?
Home.
We ran into a wall. We're exploring the subway. Are we gonna ride the train?
I mean, it would be just a total wash if we didn't.
That seems like the best idea. Okay.
So the first time I played this, I did not find this map, and this is like the most confusing subway system without the map.
I would contest that all subway systems are incredibly confusing.
I got stuck in this. I got stuck here like 2 hours the first time when it should take like 15 minutes.
Not to belabor the point, but the opening of Persona 5 sends you to a what I understand to be a fairly accurate representation of subway systems in Tokyo, because your objective at the beginning of the game is to not be late for your first day of school.
And is it impossible?
No, but it's very difficult to navigate the subway system the first time you go through it, because it is super confusing, and I don't know if this is just like because, where I'm from, we don't have subways. But
where I'm from, we have a subway that's literally there's 2. There's like 2 routes you can take. Good luck messing it up.
Yeah, like there are trains in Vermont that some people occasionally sometimes take, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But subways just don't exist. Like, Vermont has no need for a subway. And from what I've seen, Halifax doesn't have subways either, because
not big enough.
Yeah, plus it's a bay city in the on the edge of a peninsula. Like, where would a subway even go?
Into the ocean, obviously.
Yeah, they're just gonna like send it right into the. Anyway,
this is a legit creepy little thing. If you read that newspaper up on the ticket machine and then read this,
yep,
you set up a spooky little event that's about to happen.
Is there a way to miss this, I would presume?
Oh yeah, you could not come here, or you could not read the newspaper.
So what's spooky about this?
Well, you can get offed in like 5 seconds if you don't react quick. In a pretty gruesome way, too.
How? What? How? Why? What happens? What happened? Is this it?
This happened.
Are we gonna get pushed onto the train track?
Well, if you'd been reading the stuff, you'd know the answer.
I mean, it was scrolling too fast. You expect me to read all that, like, without pausing the video? Well, so who pushed us?
The ghost of the man who committed suicide.
Oh.
If you do not take less than 5 seconds to get back on the platform, a train comes and you die.
Shouldn't the train come by anyway?
I mean, you'd think so.
Like, we heard its horn. Is it a ghost train?
I think it's a ghost train. The subway station seems mostly closed anyways.
Yeah, there's nobody here, so kind of makes sense that we would. Well, I mean, we could just ride the ghost train home, like, why not, right?
You think? Okay, so
Bergen
we're
Street.
going down to Bergen Street.
Bergen Street. I know that I likes me some Bergens. I had a Bergen last night for dinner, actually.
I don't even know what to tell you.
I didn't get it from Happy Bergen, so.
Can you please stop?
Why do these...
Can I just also say that I heard people complaining, like, why doesn't she have a quick turnaround?
Whatever.
And I'm like, she does.
That's what directional mode is for, if you really need it that much.
Well, no. You just press both strafe keys and she just turns around. It's great.
So, I will again confess...
Let's not deal with those. Goodbye.
Oh. Hello, creepy music. I will again confess to not really knowing how subways work that much, but do they actually just go to specific streets? Like, that seems... I don't know, I always thought that, like, subways kind of worked the same way as trains did, where they had, like, specific stations that they stopped at.
Yeah, they do. Like, this is the station. This is Hazel Street. This is Hazel Street Station.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. It just seems weird to me that all of the signs are labeled Hazel Street, Bergen Street.
Because we're in Hazel Street, so.
Powell Garden, North End. All right. That makes sense to me now. All right. Fair enough. Maybe they have more experience with subways than a person from Vermont who has literally never seen a subway in person.
I like how I just turn off my light as if that'll help me in the slightest.
It did. He ran right by you. Clearly, that's the pro strats. What?
What?
We get a nutcracker anyway?
We needed the nutcracker.
But we already cracked the nut that we...
It's not that kind of nutcracker. Ow.
What are we going to use this nutcracker for?
Ack. We need to crack a nut.
I guess not a walnut this time?
No, not a walnut. Like a nut.
You mean like a steel nut?
Yeah.
Okay. That seems counterintuitive, but... All right.
I love how she has such low stamina on extreme mode.
I mean, me too. Let's be honest. I did not... Those are called nutcrackers? What?
That was a nut that she just cracked.
I don't think those are called nutcrackers.
Shh.
I think those...
the Japan.
I'm pretty sure those have different names. I would not be able to tell you what it is right off the top of my head at this moment, but I'm pretty sure they have different names. Is that a shotgun?
That might be
rifle?
a shotgun.
Okay, there's just a shotgun in a... in a present box, no less. Like, thanks for the gift, universe. I really needed that.
Oh, she'll be getting a lot more presents, even though it's not her birthday, as she continually tells us.
So, does that get explained, or is there no reason for it?
Oh, there's a reason for it.
Okay. That's one of the things I've never experienced in this game. So, I wonder.
Let's not deal with him or him.
Ugh.
Goodbye.
Bleh. Once
Those
again,
are called insane cancers.
Once again, big mountains of flesh. Pretty good enemy design, if you ask me. It's like, because it's not actually just like a blob. If it was just a blob of flesh, then it would be like, whatever. But they have kind of clear
human shape.
Yeah, figures, and it's like that's a little unsettling. Which is what
we've checked all three sections of the Bergen Street platform now. So there's no train. So why don't we go take a look inside this door here? You now have 8 seconds. You have 8 seconds to get off the platform.
Oh, and this time a train's actually gonna come?
Yeah.
Meow.
If you're still on the track, you hear very needy noises, and it's sad.
Who's driving this thing?
That's actually a question that gets raised.
Okay. Just let me catch my breath while I'm running around with a shotgun.
If you use an Ompool, like, she gets 2 minutes of infinite stamina. Otherwise, in extreme mode, she has about 10 seconds of stamina for running.
Dogs. Dogs, please. Please, dogs. No. Bam! That's
Shotgun pretty good.
I like that he,
if you do a block and shot with a shotgun, it does, like, double damage. It's great.
I mean, that... animation-wise, that's kind of clunky, but, you know, it works. We're not actually going to ride the train.
I mean, why would we not? There's a door open.
Or are we
You just have to take a rather elongated route.
That is a very... okay. Alright. Thanks, train. You're the best, bro.
Are you sure about that?
Is this now the second boss of the game?
No. Second boss don't show up for a bit.
If it were a less
Literally,
serious...
you have to shoot the train you're in. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, if it were a less serious game, the train would probably transform into some sort of monster. And it would be like, haha, I've eaten you. And you have to fight your way out.
Die! Ow.
How do you miss with a shotgun at point-blank range?
I don't know, but Heather manages.
Like...
oh shoot, no, I forgot to reload.
I can understand missing with a handgun. Like, you know, fair enough. But, like, with a shotgun, you don't have to aim nearly as much. I mean, alright,
I'm trying to kick the...
oh, God.
Got it. We tired.
Thank you, computer, for just being a jerk. Anyway. Now, it's not actually true that you don't have to aim with a shotgun, as anyone who has used a shotgun will know, because video game shotguns do not work like real shotguns.
This one seems to work a bit better.
Yeah.
It's got some spread, but honestly, it gets really useless after not too far.
Yeah, the big thing about the difference between real shotguns and video game shotguns is that video game shotguns are absolutely pathetic. Like, a real shotgun has way less spread and way more range than most video game shotguns tend to.
Of course, all the guns in this game have really terrible range.
Well,
because
Silent Hill.
Yeah, and also if you turn your light off, you have even less range.
I mean, you can't see, right? That's the conceit, I'm sure.
Yeah. You can't even see a screwdriver that's, like, right there, and I thought I'd glitched the game. Because I had my light off, and I was trying to pick up a screwdriver that I need, and it's like... what? Nothing there.
I know it's there. I can see it in the game. Why won't you let me pick it up?
Because she can't see. And then I try to go pick up something else, and it doesn't work. And I'm, like, Googling, is this a glitch? And, like, no one comes up with anything. I go back in, and I turn my light on, it works.
That's the sort of thing that infuriates me about video game logic. It's like that I don't like arbitrary limitations on how you're supposed to interact with the game world.
Man, she blocks good.
Yeah. Also, that's not how arms work, but you know, video game mechanics. Sure, you can just straight up block damage from... What would happen? What would happen if after her arms broke? Because, like, surely getting beaten on...
blocks... Like, as I said, she can defend against the giant penis worm thing with, like, her arms.
You want to talk about ludonarrative dissonance? I mean, it's not actually that, but, like...
It's not that at all because you're supposed to kill it with a pistol.
No, like just like the video game mechanic reality dissonance is a real thing. Like, you know, yeah, people want to talk about how weird it is that Booker in BioShock Infinite eats candy bars out of trash cans, but it's like,
that's your fault.
yeah, it's like, okay, explain how Heather can block the big penis monster with her arms and not take damage. Like, how does that make any sort of sense? Your arms do not protect you from that much damage, and your arms take damage themselves.
What I really... by the way, this is a normal game, so you don't see it, but in New Game Plus, this is like the worst part. By a long shot.
Are there a bunch of enemies here?
No, well, no. What happens is we go into this room, go down these stairs, and then all the walls begin to bleed.
Oh, fun.
In New Game Plus. And then in hard mode and higher, it causes damage.
Of course.
This scene causes like 100 damage, and you only get 500 total in the entire run for a 10-star.
Wow. And
like, you have to like use an Ampoule right around here to survive.
And is there no way to avoid that damage?
Nope. It is. You gotta calculate for it. There were some pendulums, by the way.
Okay. That was... They look gross.
Bye.
Those guys look so doofy. Like,
they do look really funny. I do love how if you get a really good shotgun shot on them, like, they just sail backwards.
yeah, like that's... Those are not nearly as intimidating as, like, the like, nurses...
Everything else.
...in Silent Hill 2. And, like...
We get nurses in this game, don't worry. Oh yeah, by the way, a maul. We won't be using it because it's so hard to use.
We got a melee weapon.
I mean, we had a switchblade the whole time, and we have an iron pipe. But why would you use those when you have a shotgun?
How is a maul hard to use? All you gotta do is, like, crack him in the head.
Because she's not the strongest person. It takes her, like, a full 3 seconds to swing it.
I sort of want to take a look. But it's better.
We'll get one shot at it. Like, I'm going to attack like one thing with it.
Great.
And the thing in question is the wall, but don't worry about it.
So does it actually deal like a
the most damage?
Damage,
yeah. It's the most damage, but it's also like by far the hardest to use.
There's a big one.
There is a big one. There's also a big one on the train, but I guess you were busy.
Yeah, didn't we just like run by it anyway?
No, I killed everything in the train.
Did you? I saw the big mound of flesh guy, but not.
You didn't pay attention to 2 cars before when I took out a tiny and a giant numb body?
Not legs, no. Missed them apparently. It's just because they
Ow.
They're not they're not the most threatening survival horror enemies I've ever seen. They're just like chickens with like big T-Rex legs and an eyeball for where their neck should be.
Yeah, don't worry, they go away. They get replaced by something much, 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 much worse.
That bodes well. So someone kept their wine down here, apparently.
I like how the game glitches, and she's like, something must have crushed the body. How awful. But it's like there's no body in that specific hallway.
Well, clearly because it got crushed. Just so crushed that only she could see it. That's how things work, right?
Thanks, computer. I wanted to kick that one. The one that's already dead, definitely.
Blit. Do you like I just like boot him. Just boot him once. Just, and then...
No, there's some cases where I've ended up booting like a stupid dog like 8 times. And it's just like, I don't want to die.
Do they actually...
It's because everything does variable damage in here, so...
Do they actually like get back up if You don't finish them off?
Yes.
Okay. And if you shoot them again, would they die, or would you have to actually like kick them?
No, you can shoot them again if they're down. Although that counts as shooting death, kicking them counts as a melee death, and also she's a terrible shot at things on the ground.
I meant after he got back up.
Oh, yeah, you can shoot. You have to shoot him again. They'll fall down again.
They can fly?
Yeah, that's why I said that they'd kill me on the ladder back in the malls, because they fly.
That seems like cheating. Why can they fly? They don't have...
Because pendulums are the straight worst.
They don't have wings, do they?
No, but their rotating
That
causes them to do that.
That's not how physics works.
Shush.
Again, like, alright. Suspension of disbelief. This is not... this is Silent Hill, like, but... That's kind of silly. It's silly in the way that makes it obnoxious, because it makes them such annoying enemies, but, like...
No, what makes them annoying enemies is not only can they fly and move way too fast, they're, like, semi-immune to pistols.
Of course.
Like, they can block your pistol shots.
Shoot it in the weak spot.
No, there is no weak spot. The weak spot is hit them with a shotgun.
I would love if you just, like, try to shoot it with the pistol while it's, like, rotating, and it just reflects the pistol bullet back at you, and you get killed in one hit to the head.
To be fair, you face things with pistols later on, and they take 2 hits to kill you. In extreme, they take 4 in, like, normal other modes.
What are we doing? What?
I wanted that kerosene, so I put it in my bottle. I will now chug it.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Or these.
That's what you do with wine bottles, right? It's not junk. I mean, somebody else's stuff is generally junk. One man's junk is another man's treasure and all that.
I like how you managed to make it this far without noting that we're in a sewer level right now.
I mean, there's always a sewer level, so...
This isn't the worst one.
How did we get here from the subway, anyway?
The subway dropped us at a weird station that we didn't know, and then we went through the only door, and now here we are.
Once again, I'm not a subway expert, but I'm pretty sure that it's not that easy to get into most sewers from a subway.
Technically, this isn't the sewer. This is like the underground tunnels. Like the maintenance tunnels.
Oh boy!
No, here's the sewer.
We just went from 0 to starting the generator. It took surprisingly long for a survival horror game.
There, it's done. However, it did do this where now we can actually access the real sewer.
Oh, fantastic. The water's finally drained from the hole. Time to run through the sewer. Nice Foley.
Can I just say how interesting it is, by the way, that Heather originally had jeans, and the girls on the team wanted her in a skirt?
I mean, it allows for better movement, right?
They just wanted her to look more feminine. They're like, put her in a skirt. It's like, okay.
So, where are we heading in this the sewer?
Please get us out of the sewer.
That seems to be a recurring theme with this game.
The first half, yeah, it's all about please get me out of where I
Oh god,
currently
camera.
am. Yeah, you press tab and the camera tries to get behind you. Unless it's not allowed to.
Oh, of course. Hi, dude. Bye, dude. Now, how are we going to get by him?
Ow.
That didn't work
That
so
way,
well.
presumably.
I mean, we might as well just run through the sewer water now, right? They can't get down here to hit us, right? That's
I don't like sewer water, though. Oh, that is, I've watched a couple speed runs where people did that. They encounter that first numbody, they're like, nope, and just hop in the water.
Is that actually like a legitimate strategy? Can they not get into the water with you?
They cannot follow you into the water.
Video game mechanics.
Okay, so this is the second worst enemy.
Hi. Is that the... What?
It's the second worst enemy.
Behind the pinwheel? Or whatever its name was? Pinocchio?
Behind the pendulum. Yeah.
Pendulum. That's a pretty good band, you know.
Oh dear. Yeah, that thing's called a slurper, and it's the straight worst. Except for pendulums, which are the actual straight worst.
Does it slurp your blood?
Yes.
Fantastic. At least it's true to
and
its
they
name.
knock you down. Like, their entire shtick is they knock you down.
And then start eating you?
Yep.
Oh, it's gone.
That's a bad sign.
Spooky. Of course, she would not know. So, thank you, clever use of camera angles to show that to the player.
Ow.
Oh, hi, dude. So now running into the water is a bad idea.
Great. It's still not a terrible idea right now. Oh, gosh.
That's some really intense music for that little guy.
Uh-huh.
And that big guy. And another little guy.
Yeah, there's a couple, like, fight scenes that get their own special music for no particularly great reason, and I love it.
Just like, same chicken monsters. Let's have some intense, like, action music. You know. Why not?
How did she miss that?
She is the best shot. I can't criticize that much. I've never actually shot a shotgun, but...
She apparently handles it pretty dang well.
Yeah, they have a lot of recoil, you know. It's not... Guns are not as easy to handle in reality as they are in video games. You know? It's kind of... it's one of those things that gets gamified, and a lot of people don't... Like, a lot of people without the experience don't realize just how different it actually is.
You mean I can't dual wield my shotguns?
You could, but you might, like, end up dislocating a shoulder or something.
Wimps.
Let's just run into the pendulum. That's fine. Or, what would that be? That would be a, oh, man.
Blanked out, did you? Okay.
It could be a mandala, which I pointed out during the Techno Babylon playthrough what that word means, but it came up again in my this past year of university, because I was taking a religions of the East class where, you know, we inevitably ended up covering, like, Hinduism and Buddhism and all that stuff, and mandalas, you know, are from
Oh, geez.
those things. So
Well, this doesn't look like a safe place. The guy said there's a monster in the water, and I don't want to cross that bridge and get killed.
but
So
we
let's-
have to.
Well, we can get rid of the monster first.
Of course we can. We're gonna flush it out.
You better believe it.
Oh, wow. She is the most ingenious of puzzle game solvers.
Also, in the New Game Plus, if you if you like use here, she throws the pipe in the water, and then like a spirit comes out of the water and asks you if you had this gold pipe, the silver pipe, or this filthy pipe. And if you say the filthy iron pipe, she gives you all three, and that's your other two special weapons.
What?
You heard me.
That. Okay. Okay. So, what I'm gathering is that this is a very serious game that has a couple very silly additions to it.
Yes, you're dead correct. Yes.
That seems totally inconsistent, but at the same time...
That's why it's in New Game Plus.
Yeah, and at the same time, like, that's a very Japanese thing to do. Like, in a good... Like, I'm not knocking them at all, but, like, that's not something I would ever expect out of, like, a Western-developed game, really. So, you know.
Yeah, sounds about right.
We
finally escaped the sewers.
How good are those other two pipes?
They're exactly the same as the first pipe. Except the one's shiny silver and the other's an even shinier gold.
Fantastic.
You also need to get them for your 10-star run.
That's not... I don't think you can climb a ladder like that.
Don't question her shotgun holding abilities.
Yeah, she's really good at holding that shotgun. Yeah, I don't think you can go through that wall.
No, we are stuck in here. I guess we'll just have to find our way out another way.
Oh, presumably
Next
using
time.
using the save point, I guess. Teleport us, magic save point.
That's not how that works, tragically enough.
Oh. That's sad.